Hi, in this video we are going to talk about the DroneEngage services. We open DroneEngage administration. We go to the service, we select service here. These are the services of the Raspberry Pi. Some of them are enabled, some of them are masked, some of them are running or not running. We don't care about all these services. For DroneEngage, we care about services that starts with DE underscore. These services that we need to run in order to make DroneEngage auto start, to make it auto run. By default, these services are not running. I was running this. Let me stop it. System CTN stop. Okay. So this is the default view. When you first install DroneEngage image, you will find all these services stopped, and you need to go to the account setup and enter the username and password. Press update config. It will update the config file that we saw in previous video, in the video of simulator, and it will, and based on this, the communication is ready to connect to the website. But we need to run this service in order to connect. Okay, now we will see the hard way to run it, then we will see the easy way to run it. The hard way to run it is to go to DroneEngage folder. Here are the modules. DroneEngage folder are where we can find DroneEngage modules. We go to GE Communicator, and we just can run this. All these backup files are backup of this file. The most important file is this file. This file is created once in the first run. We can delete it and it will be recreated. I also discussed its usage in previous video, but let us see it now. Just take a glance here. Okay, it stores the module key, party ID, which is very important things, and it stores the unit description and unit ID, because you can change the unit ID and description from web, so they are stored here. You can delete this file and these keys will be updated, and new keys will be generated, so there is no problem. The most important file is this file. So if you run DroneEngage with no parameters like that, it will open this file. Okay, so we run it like that, open this file, it connected successfully to server and to Android authentication server. Okay, when you first want to debug DroneEngage Communicator and you have skills in Linux, it's better to run it like that, to run it manually and to run it with like that, because if you see this green sentence, that means everything is okay. Otherwise, you will find errors, and the errors will be disabled, will be displayed clearly. Okay, so now you are on this server, because you can have your own server. Remember the air-gapped server. Let's log in here. Here it is, our server, our module, our drone. And as we can see here, drone Cairo new, because here it is drone Cairo new. So drone Cairo new is stored in the GM local. The original name of the drone Cairo is stored here, but if you rename it, it appears here. If you want to change it, you change it from here, from the web. Okay, I press Ctrl+C. Now it's not running. It will be offline now any moment. It doesn't convert it to gray instantly because it waits, because maybe the traffic is slow, so it give it some certain of time before switching to offline mode to gray. Okay. Okay. This is a way we debug the system and we make sure that we are running and everything is okay. By the way, we need to be in this folder. Okay. The second way, sudo system. I'm starting with the hard first, then I will go to the easy way later. Systemctl cat decom. This is the service, remember? This is the command. Here the service, here the execution command can be executed anywhere because I'm giving the full path here and I'm giving it the configuration file as we can see, and I'm giving it the working directory because once it runs it will create a local file. Remember, once it runs it will create this file and it will create this file in the working directory. By the way, I can give it the working directory path here. I mean, I can write it like that. I can give it the working path. I can write it like that. -p .local. I can do that. See? See? Created a new local with a new unique key. Anyway, it's not important now. Anyway, if we want to start the communicator and then go to start other modules, then we cannot start it like that because like that it is taking the screen. Okay, so to run it in background in a safe way, we start sudo system ctl start de communicator. We start it like that. Now it is running. If we want to make sure that it is running, we can ask status. By the way, these are Linux commands. You can Google it and you can learn it better than me. Okay, but I'm just give you hints about where to search. As you can see, the service is disabled. That means it's not auto run. That means yes, the service is running. Can you see here? Oh, there is another thing here. See, there is another tab. Why? Because I started it with another local file. Remember when I told you that it created a new unique key? That's why the system recognized it as a new system. And the name, it used the name in the config file, not in the .local config file. It used the name here, not the name in the .local. Okay, again, this is technical session. That's why I'm talking in a lot of things in technical issues. But for people who cannot follow me in these details, they can just ignore it because I will show you the easy way to run DroneEngage. Okay, now DroneEngage is running the communicator module. Okay, the communicator module now is running, but it is not auto run. That means if I restart the system, it will be offline. It will not auto start. So what can I do to make it auto start? To make it auto start, I need to just enable it. Okay. I can enable it from here. I can start it from here and enable. That will make it auto start, by the way. Okay, so it automatically starts and runs. Very easy. As I promised you, it's very easy. And if there is any error, it will display that there are errors here. I can stop it, I can restart it, and I can disallow it. Okay. Another place where I can stop and start is to use the DroneEngage controls here. So in DroneEngage application management, we learned how to start and stop simulators in previous session. Now we will see some other buttons, which is here, enable auto start DroneEngage. This will enable the DroneEngage, the Communicator, and the MAVLink. Okay, and this will disable it. This will restart without enabling. This will stop without disabling. So enable here, pressing this will make the service auto start. So when I restart the Raspberry Pi, it will start automatically. Pressing this will disable the service, so it will not be auto start. Pressing this will restart the service, but it doesn't mean that it will be auto start or not. Pressing this, it will stop the service, but if it is auto start, it will be restarted again when I restart the board itself. Okay, so these are 4 different things. Again, I can control it from here, but there is another small difference, is that this button doesn't run this service only, it runs this service and this service. This service is the service that is responsible for communicating with the flight control board itself. So when I run here, you can see flight control board is not connected, and the only service that is running is DroneEngage. No modules connected. But when I go here, sorry, let's go here and go to MAVLink, and I start it. Here it is. I have the flight control board running, connected, but there is a small issue, is that the board itself, I'm not connecting the board itself to my Raspberry Pi right now, so it is not connected. That's why it gives me this warning. We remember that we have a built-in simulator, so in case we want to run it locally without drones, then we can enable the simulators as we saw in previous sessions. It's very easy, very straightforward. We just press start simulators, and we should see here drone A and drone B. Okay. So now, because we have here SITL running inside on the Raspberry Pi itself, we have this MAVLink module connects to a virtual board which is the SITL, the Arduino simulator. By the way, if you don't know what is SITL, please check it here. It is very useful to run SITL and test DroneEngage on it. It's very useful because you can run safely on your machine and you don't need any hardware, and you can restart as much as you want and can change. It's not also a drone. You can test the plane, you can test the joystick and test it with the plane. So you can test all your configuration, all your gear, and then you fly with a real drone. Okay, back to the services. We want to see what is this MAVLink. You already know for sure this is a module that is responsible for communicating with the drone itself, but let me show you some details here. Here it is, GE MAVLink. We can see it's the same structure. This is EXE module. This is a binary module. This is a configuration file. This is a local file that can delete and it will be recreated. Here it contains some other information. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you find it useful and informative. Thank you.